Hi everyone, back for another episode of Crimson Waves on an Emerald Sea. I have Blondie here gargoyling on this armchair. She may want to sit in my lap. You may see her leave, but I'm gonna have her here during today's episode. Where I have left off, we discovered our best friend, her. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. She's a vampire. We learned the kid has a special immunity against vampires. I speculate it's the pills that he has been taking. His not nurse, but nanny, or governess, for the lack of a better term, is in on it. Doesn't like her because she's a vampire, but they can't spill the beans on him, to him, I should say, because they kind of want to keep their friendship going, I guess. In a sense, is bliss, that type of thing. Also, their parents are a little bit racist, against vampires. Considered she's a vampire and they know that she is, but they still look down upon her. That's just really cringe. But it's also not understandable where they're coming from. But this kind of antagonism doesn't help when there are vampires that do attack for the need of blood, and it's kind of hard to control that need. There are ways that society has been dealing with this vampirism, allowing them to have blood bars, allowing people to donate, to try to help them, navigate through society. Also, this world has incredible lore about vampires, which I really love. It takes the folk legends of yes, vampires drink blood to sustain themselves, but it also kind of turned it on its head, where it's kind of like the elves. They are more sensitive. They have better sensitivity, perception, etc. They live a little bit longer. They don't really live forever like all the fables would have vampires be, but that they live longer because they're, I guess, have been improved. That type of thing. Still kept the whole lore of, there's a sweet spot between draining them dry completely and they die to, they can turn. Just biting a person doesn't make them a vampire. Just like werewolves, just one bite, oh my god, you had that infection. For vampires, it does take a while for them to actually get to that point. So that kind of helps me accept this kind of world's vampirism a little bit more. Also, you may be seeing me grabbing some of this throughout the day. I'm off of my allergy meds because I had a nosebleed yesterday and I'm trying to get my nose to recover. So I'm not taking any sort of nasal allergy sprays or anything like that. So I'm just going to hoof it for now with this. So don't be surprised if you see it throughout this episode. Yeah, really love the lore. The person who's helping us, helping the kid, is kind of like a vampire hunter, but more experienced in dealing with criminal vampires. So there is a little bit of nuance with who he's hunting, and there is a good reason why he wants to hunt vampires, and that reason being tying him with her, how he came to be part of their family. It sounds rather convoluted, not gonna lie, but I am glad that the game was able to explain it. For what I remember, her parents were on this ship that was heading somewhere. They were boarded and attacked by this really criminal vampire who's like really souped up. Of course, it has to be a really unique vampire for them to have a really strong nemesis to go after. Killed her parents, left her uncle alive. The guy who is fighting against vampires saw what happened, this tragedy, saved her, and ended up adopting her. She was like a toddler when this happened. Eventually, she grew up, she learned about the truth, she found her uncle. Both her and her uncle decided to become vampires. Despite all of this, and I think it's because they are able to defend themselves against other vampires this way. She kind of took the whole vampire hunter D bit where she's using her vampiric heritage that she just newly acquired to fight against the bad vampires. And this poor kid is totally out of the loop, totally didn't know his best friend is this, really well trained fighting vampire, anime hero protagonist. Didn't know the dude that he was with is actually related to her. Also, the reason why I'm playing this in this, Pride Month, there is a gay romance between the vampire hunter and the dean of this university. And the dean of this university is also a vampire, but he did it as part of tradition. And the vampire hunter is a little bit conflicted. I really love that. I love that type of sexual tension. So it's a small world in this, whole episode. They know each other in different interconnected ways. This is like a really well-built story, using the kid as her vehicle in understanding this world. Also, the writing is really pretty good. I have no complaints about the grammar. I have no issues with it. There may be some hiccups here and there, who am I to judge? I've been there. But honestly, I have no issues. But anywho, enough of gushing about this. I suspect I may be done with this in this episode, and if not, I will be so happy to continue to play this game. I heard there's another episode of this. I heard there's more support for the creator to continue this, which makes me so excited. God, it's been Monday last week since I played this. Who are we? Oh, wait. This is the anchor, so this is the dude. Okay, and we're at the university. Damn it. I should have known Cecil would run away the second he saw Lucy. The kid can't stay put to save his life. Now we've got two kids, completely alone, looking for a bloodthirsty vampire knight. And for some ungodly reason, they're hoping he's a killer. Perfect. At least Lucy has picked up a thing or two about fighting. Cecil'll just be dead weight to her. I wouldn't be surprised if she made him sit alone while she went off fighting. What is Lucy going to say about me? Really? We're gonna think about this now? Really? Well, I'm glad you have other concerns, and it's probably some time had passed since you voiced these concerns, but now we're thinking about, like, what would she say about me? I didn't realize he was that insecure. Is she gonna tell him the truth? Is there gonna be some bastardization of what Leyland told her? Oh, right. Leyland is the uncle, if I remember right. The uncle to the vampire gal. I'm sure that if you're watching these episodes back to back, you probably don't need this explanation. More than anything, I need it. I need to say it out loud so I could, like, get it straight in my head. Cecil will believe anything she tells him without questioning it. Lucy, where you run off to? Oh, that's right, his name is Nemo. I'm terrible with names. Cecil. Huh? Of course they're here, staking out this place, waiting for nightfall. Cecil. Oh, is she trying to protect him? Are you really just going to listen to her? Don't you have even a bit of thinking on your own? I do. Of all of you, been treating me like I'm a lost puppy this entire time. I don't need to be kept on a leash. I came here because I decided to. I ran away because I wanted to, not because someone told me to. And now I'm gonna help Lucy because I want to, and you're not going to stop me. I completely forgot what his voice is, so if it's like completely different, sorry. It's been well over a week for me. I don't blame Nemo, or I'm sorry, I don't blame Cecil for like really sticking with Lucy. Okay, he totally worships the ground which she walks upon. They're like BFFs, from day one. And it sounds like both of them don't really have other opportunities to have friends. They have a very limited circle of friends, which is typical for like really well-established families. So like sticking together through thick and thin no matter what, I'm not surprised. Did you? Oh, okay. We were very close, Ambrose. What did I do wrong? I can't do a damn thing right. What am I supposed to do? Leave a toddler there? There where everyone else was so butchered they couldn't get an accurate body count? In that hell? It's alright, you don't have to say anything. I already know. Was he lying to Ambrose, of all people, Ambrose, about what had happened? Was that scene about that? I thought Ambrose already knew. Having left the cathedral now to avoid Nemo, Lucy and I sneaked from corridor to corridor, avoiding anyone who might find us suspicious. We might be making ourselves more suspicious doing things this way. Keep up. Sorry. I just need to find a quiet room to hide out in until nightfall. It's hard, though, considering all these rooms had different schedules. When we think we found one, people start coming inside. If we keep moving rooms, though, eventually it'll be night. If we're not caught first, that is. I don't know why I have this feeling that the killer is going to be that professor. I'm sure he's innocent, but I just don't know why I feel that he might be the bad guy. I mean, he's not sleeping well at night. He looks haggard, real haggard, and I doubt it's because of the research that he's doing. And since he doesn't have nighttime students, what is he really doing in his off times? I mean, they claim that he's drunk all the time, but I suspect otherwise. Lucy quietly steps down an empty hallway. Her hair sways with her movement, but I notice the back of her hair is starting to become matted from lack of care. Her hair is so long. It's always been hard for her to brush it herself. Not that she cares to keep it up either. Master Leyland isn't with her to brush it for her like he usually does. Oh, that's weird. They don't have a servant for her. Most prestigious households usually have like a servant or help or something. That's how it was back then. they kept it where it's just the two of them. I don't know if it's because they're poor and they're trying to fit in with the outfits that they have, because this is not cheap. Okay, the pearls, the ruffles take a while. The lacing on her skirt, fairly expensive for a child to have, okay? You usually don't put any sort of lace on them because they get things dirty. She's rather well-to-do for them to not have any servants of any kind, especially a servant that will help dress her or like take care of her hygiene-wise. That's very odd and very suspicious. And I doubt this is the in consideration of the authors. I'm pretty sure the authors already know this and they chose to stand with this decision. Does she know he's here? Hey, say, where you been staying? Right here. Huh? I tried to lodge in an inn, but they wouldn't accept my money. None of them would. I even offered a little bit, but no. Bring your father by and we'll talk. When I told him he's 6 feet under, they start calling for the coppers. So I've been sleeping in empty rooms on campus. Classrooms, sitting rooms, whatever was quiet and vacant. How would Ambrose not know? It helped me with patrolling too, since I'm already on campus. That's horrible. She spends a few nights out roughing it and her accent starts to shine. It's okay, because I have Teddy with me. Ugh, she brought that thing with her. Why did you bring him with you? Every time I see that thing, it looks even more haggard and distressed. Maybe we should put it out of its misery. Teddy's kept me company, so I haven't been alone. I'm sure he has. He's supposed to bring me good luck, but I haven't been too lucky yet. But tonight something will happen. I'm sure of it. Well, it would be hard for her to be wrong. She thankfully puts away the beheaded stuffed animal and we go back to searching for an empty room. I love that we still keep her like a kid, despite of everything. There's guards down this corridor. Has Mr. Ambrose told any of them to look for us? So... Lucy turns the corner and heads down the hallway. Wait! Can't be scared of nothing. Before she reaches where the guards are talking, she makes a sharp turn and darts into her room. What's the matter? Nothing. She's a natural at this. I think this room is empty for at least a couple of hours. Things would be a lot harder if everyone weren't too scared to stay out at night. You said it. She finds a chair and plops down. I close the door carefully and sit down. Goodness, I could read. It'll be nightfall soon. After that, we gotta hope the attacker strikes again. But wait, what if he doesn't? I have to sleep out here on campus. This is gonna be a long day, or a week. Lucy pulls out her zombie Teddy and starts poking at its single ear. Now I think about it, did she say something odd that night? Lucy, the other night you called Nemo something different, didn't you? Mm-hmm. It sort of just came out. What was it? I called him Robin to make him mad. I didn't want to say it to his face, but Nemo's an odd name. That's his real name, isn't it? Robin, not Nemo. Yes. He changed it after the attack. At least that's what my uncle told me. Lucy turns back to her Teddy while I sit here, dumbfounded. It's hard to process it. Seems so simple to start going by another name, but to do it for good. Why did he do it? Was he that desperate to flee from that night? To not look back? No, I think he changed his name to help separate them from the attack and them from the killer. To try to give another layer of protection. So that way the killer won't try to hunt her down. To become nobody? The cathedral is eerily quiet. Not even the wind can be heard here. Also, I didn't realize how the background for the profiles suit for each background of the person. Like the gems for Cecil, knowing that he's been taking these glowing pills, knowing his father is importing gems, and like he's suddenly immune to vampires, which in this world they can't touch gemstones. That's really cool. And the ship anchor, for a while I didn't really understand why he had the ship anchor until the background story about like how he and Lucy were able to get out of there. That's brilliant. I like that it's seen through. I like that it's lines. I like this style. I didn't have a chance to really comment on it, but like I like how it actually suits them now that we know, and I really love it. It's another layer to their characters. Lucy looks around, opening up doors and looking out windows. Do you know where you're going? Nope. Sounds about right. Somehow this cathedral is much scarier tonight than it was before. It's dead quiet. I keep looking at my shoulder, half expecting a vampire to be posed to attack. Sorry, I keep stumbling over that. No, I can't be scared. I'm a gentleman. I have to be brave for Lucy. Brave for Lucy, who's walking around the scaffolding. Lucy, get down from there. I can see real good up here. That's too dangerous. You're no fun. Gentlemen are supposed to just be brave, but also keep ladies out of danger. Yes, that's what I'll do. The first time we saw Lucy in this game, she was like on the rooftop. She's been walking on rooftops, she's been walking in rafters, the scaffolding. I think she's fine. I'm pretty sure she's fine. And I know that some kids around this age will try to, instill the teachings they've been taught to them by their parents, but like, I can't wait for him to like drop it, that mentality. I just can't wait. Whenever she's doing something dangerous, I simply remind her not to do it. Oh, that reminds me. Lucy, what are those red things near you the other night? The other night? When you were attacked and almost mauled? When you were on the roof. Yeah. Blood? Blood? Wait. Whose blood? Mine. Vampires can learn how to manipulate their blood in certain ways. It takes a lot of training. It's hard to find people willing to teach it unless you have the money or prestige. My uncle wanted me to learn how to defend myself. It took months, but now I can turn my blood into small spikes. It's really tiring though. I spent the entire next day and needed extra blood afterwards. That's so cool though. It's just for self-defense. Something's outside. Stay here. Wait! In a leap and a bound, she darts out the door, leaving me behind. Was she always this fast? Lucy! In the opening in front of the cathedral, Lucy is standing off against a dark figure. Even though the moon is nearly full tonight, it's hard to distinguish anything about the dark figure other than it's an adult. It moves too fast to tell anything else. Stay back! The figure rushes her. She narrowly dodges the edges of her dresses, ruffling as she steps back. Okay, so a little bit of a typo, but honestly, I don't mind. It's dangerous for me to get too close. I only get in the way whenever Nemo was fighting. Is there really nothing I can do for her? Honestly, I'm so surprised she didn't think about, his role in all of this. Then again, she's a kid. She probably doesn't, think things through, I guess. Blood art. Impalement. Red spikes slice through the air, aimed directly at the figure. They were able to dodge some of them, but a few hit the mark and gouged into their arm. It impaled them, but they're still running. Lucy! A single gunshot rings through the air. The figure collapses on the ground. What was that? You there. Are you two okay? Yes. Lucy bends down to look at the vampire. He's out cold. I'm not great at guessing ages, but he looks around Nemo's age. He probably goes to school here. He's too young. What was that? Over there. Lucy rushes off in the darkness, leaving the unconscious man to the guards. Wait up! Oh, I thought for a moment that was Nemo, not the guards, with that, shot. I guess it was very common of a gun bullet thing? What? A block away, a man and a woman lay on the ground. The woman is trying to get up and clasping her neck. Are you okay? Lucy helps the woman to her feet. Her neck is scratched but not bleeding. What happened? I was heading to grab a notebook I left in my office. I thought someone was following, so I ran, but I wasn't fast enough. The man on the ground moans. Wait. I step closer to him. Don't get too close. The half-conscious man is the professor Nemo's been working with. Lucy. Okay, so we have the uncle, we have the professor. I feel like everyone's going to come together in this episode. Mr. Leyland and a group of guards make their way towards us across the grass. Lucy bends down beside Mr. Scott and begins to look through his pockets. What are you doing? Proof. Proof? There's got to be something here. Something. Anything. Lucy, I don't. She pulls out a small, ornate brooch from Mr. Scott's breast pocket. This is a brooch with the fleur insignia. Really? She silently nods her head, not taking her eyes off of it. Your mother used to wear that all the time. I haven't seen it in years. So that means... You did it, Lucy. Unless it was planted. Something attacked the woman and the vampire. And that was planted on him. It's possible the professor was, the killer trying to do things. But I'm sure that was planted. And how Leyland shows up just in time with the guards. Too much of a coincidence. You found your parents' attacker. I'm so happy for you, Lucy. Mr. Leyland places a hand on her shoulder and bends down. It's all right. It's over now. I'll talk to the officers later. For now, let's head to the inn. It's over. It's really over. I doubt it's over. She found him, and now we're going home. Admittedly, I feel guilty leaving on such short notice. I never got the chance to say thank you to Nemo for helping me. Came all this way to help Lucy. But now that we're heading home, Lucy grasped my hand with her gloved hand. We can go home now. Yes. Let's go. All right. Oh, no, not a month later. Don't do that to me. Not a month later. I ran the plates underwater and scraped away anything that's left. This is, okay, I mentioned it earlier, but this is really hard for me when I do voices because the first person POV has a tendency to spill into the thoughts of the characters, and sometimes the thoughts of the characters feel like it should be part of the first person POV. So it's just, it's hard. It's hard. When I'm done, I hand them to Ambrose. He gently dries them with a hand towel and places them on the countertop. The radio plays softly in the sitting room. What's on your mind? Just wondering if I should try fixing the lamp in the guest bedroom before dinner. The roast will take a while before it's ready, unless you'd rather eat out. Roast is fine. He places the towel on the counter and starts preparing the roast. It's been a while since you traveled. That's what's on your mind, isn't it? With Scott in jail, I haven't had any excuses to go anywhere. No errands to run. A few cities over. I'm not entirely convinced. I know the professor was probably the attacker. I suspected him. It's too convenient. It doesn't sit right with me. As a kid, if you stay in one place for too long, you run out of work. The coppers who tried to throw an orphanage, worse, a factory. Lucy and I traveled from city to city 7 times over, looking for any kind of work or shelter that keeps us together. But most of all, that fear. That nagging fear that I would be accused of that massacre, or that the culprit will find and silence us. In hindsight, it's hard to imagine any regular copper figuring the crime on a 13-year-old. A kid doesn't think like that, though. I do have to say, I don't think everyone should be calling the police a copper. It makes sense if it's Nemo. It might have made sense with Lucy, but I don't think Cecil or Ambrose will call the police coppers. I know that it's very short and it's very convenient, but you have to think about like dialect and background. It was bothering me, and I just had to say it. A kid doesn't think like that, though. I feel a hand on my shoulder. You don't have to run anymore. It's hard to tell if I'm even running anymore, or if my feet just won't stop walking. Of course, you're still running. Then let me walk beside you. Would a vacation look? Like where? Anywhere, really, I don't care. And neither do you, right? I guess not. Are you sure you could take that much off? When you had a summer cold a fortnight ago, they acted like classes had to be canceled campus-wide. That might be an issue, especially with no holidays close by. What if we make it for an occasion? I hope you're not going to say, we'll say it's your birthday. What about for a honeymoon? Oh, come here. Okay, now she's back. She wants to be up here. Oh, there we go. Okay, she wants to be picked up in a certain way. For a honeymoon. Huh? Stay with me. Over 2 years ago, I arrived here and met him. I couldn't stand him. A young, rich vampire controlling an entire subsection of the city. A man who relishes being more than human. A man who solely devoted himself to work so he can avoid processing his grief and loneliness. I'm not becoming a vampire. He sighs. I know. His hand rests on the side of my face. I wanted to say yes. I want to drop the plate I'm washing and kiss him. I should say yes. But like an idiot, I just stand there staring at him. Ambrose walks over to answer the door. Huh. Oh, it's Lucy. She's back? Probably because she found out that Uncle lied. Lucy. The apprehension in my stomach about the future is replaced with a new anxiety of the present. What's wrong? She pulls out a tiny brooch from her pocket and hands it to me. Did my mother ever wear this? Or wore this? The detailing's pretty ornate, sure, but I'm sorry, I don't remember. I was too young to be allowed near clients. Her eyes linger on the brooch. I'll go to jail and ask Scott what happened. I wanted to distance myself from this, but I can't ignore it if she's come all this way asking for help. Okay, so she suspects that the brooch isn't real. This is fake. Did you run away again? It feels like she ran away again, like a month later. Cecil's gonna come running after her again. I'm sure of it. Something's nagging at her. It's going to keep bothering her until it's laid to rest. To my surprise, Lucy nods and sits down in the parlor. I look at Empress, who waves me off. Oh, okay, so he's gonna go and ask Scott in the police station. Okay. It's odd, coming here to see someone. I was almost thrown in a couple of jails as a kid for pilfering. It's a whole different feeling coming to one for a visitation. Not to mention, he was accused of the Fleur family murders. A disheveled, worn-out-looking man approaches me, handcuffs shackling his wrists and legs. Nemo. Scott. Despite not being charged with the murders from a decade ago, he confessed immediately to some of the attacks on campus. Okay, I was right on that point. A harsh but understandable sentence of 5 years of prison labor was handed down to him. Ooh, prison labor? That was very popular back then. Still kinda is now. On one hand, I can't help but feel it's too long. He's an acquaintance after all. But the reality is he attacked several people. Can't be so easily forgiven with a slap on the wrist. It's all horribly humbling. At night, my mind still wanders to what lecture plans I should make. What happened? I thought I'd try something rather different, this time for an experiment. Oh no. But I suppose it took more blood than I should have used. So shame one of my experiments went this far. He shakes his head. I hate to ask this of you, but this was found on your person when you were caught. Do you have any idea how it got there? He takes the small brooch into his hands. A madam's brooch, heavens no. I may have mood swings, but adultery has never crossed my mind. The woman who owned this isn't alive. And now I know I was out of it when the urge for blood hit me, but I swear I haven't killed a soul. Oh, that would be so hard in a courtroom where the thirst for blood overwhelms you so much you forget you have memory loss. That is terrible. Where were you residing 10 years ago? 10 years ago? I was living in Crescendia. Crescenda. I can't say the word. I was living in Crescendina, working with another professor there. Whose bridge is this? Crescendina. That's a coastal town several hours by train. He will have to find that professor to vouch that he was there and have witnesses. You didn't come here at all? My first time in Laurenburg was 8 years ago. I was touring the university after I'd been offered a job here. I wanted to keep my distance from this. It's Lucy who needs closure, not me. So I ignored it. I ignored the doubt in the back of my mind as well. But now I'll consume her even further. I can't believe it. Not nary a bit. I can't believe I'm back in Laurenburg. I can't believe Lucy ran off again on her own. Oh, she didn't take him with her? And most of all, I can't believe I'm looking for her all over again. What does she call herself doing? Running off again without telling me? She better be here too. If she's not, well, it's gonna be a pain, that's for sure. It's gonna be a real pain if Annie finds me too. She can't be too far behind. Why didn't Lucy come back here to begin with? I don't have any clues to go off of, but he might. He'll be real unlucky if he's left town, though. I think Mr. Ambrose's place was this way. I'm sure we'll find it before sunset. Well, look with the cat dragon. Ah, Nemo. Hi, Cecil. I left after yelling at him and didn't say anything else. No goodbye. No thank you. Nothing. And yet I'm back asking for help again. I just wanted, I was thinking, I wanted to say that, He puts a hand on my head. It's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said those things I didn't mean, and I didn't even thank you for helping me. I wouldn't have made it here without you. I never would have found Lissy. And now you're back here alone, looking for her? I'm sorry. You were just trying to help us, and I... Oh, it's okay. You can't keep sneaking out and running off, alright? Okay. You're trying to find Lucy, aren't you? Alright, let's go to her. Huh? Unless she ran off, she should be sitting in Ambrose's parlor. Of course, knowing her, she might already be halfway to Timbuktu by now. She's there? Then, where are you coming from? The jail. He finally got caught, didn't he? Quit looking at me like that. I was visiting Scott. Scott? Oh, was that the professor? Wait, why would he want to see him? Lucy was asking me about this. He pulls out a fancy-looking brooch with the Fleur insignia on it. Isn't that... It's the brooch you found on him. Something's not sitting right with her about it. Like what? Let's save that for when we get back, okay? Okay. We walked through the same courtyards on campus as we had a month prior, the only noticeable difference being fewer guards present. What have you been up to since you went home? School, work? Don't sound so glum. There's a lot of orphans out here who'll kill to learn how to read. Reading's one thing, but math's a whole beast. Oh, wait, he's an orphan. Do you know how to read? Of course I do. The sailors I worked with taught me a little bit, so I'm able to read maps and signage without asking so many questions. I picked up the rest when I taught Lucy. Oh, good. I've been doing a lot of schoolwork and playing with Lissy. And? That's it? Yeah? Haven't been nowhere? No, of course not. Father was really mad I ran away, so I was grounded. Had any plans for traveling anyway? What's he's gonna think about this stunt? It's my rebellious phase. Of course. This is your rebellious phase, isn't it? Annie! Darn it, how'd she find me this fast? Good evening. And who is this acquaintance of yours, Cecil? He's Lucy's brother. He lives here. Lucy and I came to see him. All on your lonesome? Yes, all of our own. You lot would never let us come all the way out here, even chaperoned. You'll just tell me no, and that'll be the end of the story. What good is sitting at home all day going to do me? Nima mutters something along the lines of, what good you'll be if you're kidnapped, but it was out of earshot of Annie. I want to help Lucy with this one last thing. Then we'll come home. And you're really Lucy's brother? Yes, ma'am. I moved out of the estate a while back to make my own living here. Lucy left home to come visit me. I'm sorry for the trouble she's caused you. I'm going to talk to Langland about them being here. I'm thinking I'm starting to see the appeal to lying. Do you at least have your pills? You forgot them, I know. I'm fine without them. It's almost like she's trying to embarrass me in front of Nemo. At least she's doing it in front of Nemo, and Nemo might investigate. She pulls out a small container and hands it to me. I begrudgingly take it. I'll be staying in an inn nearby, so telegraph the lobby if you need anything. I expect to hear from you sometime before the week is over, whether it's just checking in or that you're ready to leave. Man, if I was her, I want a daily report. There had better be at least a pill or two missing from that bottle by the end of the week, or your father will have my head. And I don't mean throwing them out. They're too expensive for that. Because they're full of gems. I understand. Be on your best behavior, and remember, this will be your last vacation on your own. Some maid, huh? Don't tell me you fancy her. Are you that daft? I'm totally gay. I mean, be serious. Not much has changed to the campus since I was last here. It's a bit comforting, actually. I should show Lissy around while we're here. Wait, is she okay to walk around during the day willy-nilly? Ambrose always carries a parasol with him to keep the sun out. Livy's never been one to play outside for long either. I can't just drag her around in the sunshine. Say, Nemo. What do you think of Lizzie being a vampire? I hate it. I know she agreed to it, but she's just too young. But she agreed to it, didn't she? I know you might think you're a good judge of yourself, but trust me, you're not at your age. Kids shouldn't be allowed to make life-changing, irreversible decisions. The only choices kids should make should be who they want to play with that day. Humph. Maybe she will regret it. Maybe she won't. But she should at least have a way to reverse it. Oh my god, it's like the whole trans argument. And here I thought you were an ally, Nemo. I'm pretty sure she doesn't regret it. I'm sure she's happy. A way to reverse it. Then again, let me back up here. Then again, being a vampire that has blood urge to suck, blood from a person and you can't really remember it when you go too far, that's a huge detriment, okay? Compared to just transitioning from one gender to another, okay? It doesn't hurt society when you transition. Let's be real. Okay, being a vampire, there's a danger being posed if you just don't, control your hunger for blood. I totally get it. But the current stances right now about transitioning, it just harps on it, and it just rubs me the wrong way. A way to reverse it. I'm sure it's going to come into play in this game. I'm sure of it. We walk down the familiar corridor to my home. The sun is setting fast outside. He accepted Ambrose's house as his home. I can't say I'm surprised by the audacity of these kids, but damn, can they sit still for 5 minutes? I'm surprised that anything. Could be that Cecil got here on his own this time. Maybe he did pick up a thing or two with me. Got here because of things I taught him. Does that make me a bad influence? Lucy! Cecil? Wow, you're still here. How did you keep running into each other? Did you really follow me back here? Of course. You never ran anything by me first. I mean, you should have guessed he'd follow you again. Just don't get lost again. Could say that to the both of you. Hey, Cecil. Can I see that pill bottle your maid handed you? Sure. You can take him too if you want. No! That's terrible advice! If it's a prescription, you don't just hand it to anyone! Cecil! They're not vitamins! Sure, I'm a drug dealer now. Sure, let me hand you my Oxycontin. Be my guest. He hands me some of his drugs. Okay, just... He hands me the semi-opaque pill bottle. You ran into Annie? Yeah. She somehow already caught up to us. I don't think this somehow is much of a question. I let a couple of pills spill into my open palm. Medium size and hard. I always thought they looked like gummies. But they're rather hard, aren't they? If you tried to chew on them, they'd break your teeth. They're hard for sure, but the weirder thing, the pills are bright, somewhat transparent green. Ambrose, put on your gloves and tell me what you think. Are these emeralds? Emeralds? Looks like him, doesn't it? They're too dark to be peridot. Ambrose hesitantly slips a glove off. As expected, there was a reaction to him touching them. There's definitely gems. What? Your maid didn't hand you the wrong bottle, did she? No, those are my typical pills. I take one every week or so. Father gets mad when I slack off. Because it's to keep him safe from other vampires. They're protecting Cecil from Lucy. Oh my god. Now, why would a parent make their kid eat gems? This doesn't seem to be something the maid could do alone. It's not like she has a reason either. His father is some kind of jeweler, right? That's gotta be where the gems are coming from. But why? Come on, think. Put it together. The parents knew. Ambrose, touch his hand. Without your glove. I might be sleeping on the couch after this, but will confirm something. The same spark of light that happened in that alleyway, and with that old man flashes brightly. This is what happens when you touch a vampire, isn't it? Lucy's playing a proper lady now, so she must wear her gloves all the time. What? This is from the pills I'm taking? Most likely, yes. I never heard of anyone swallowing gems like this. If you've been taking these for years, well, that's the only reason for the reaction you have to touching vampires that I could think of. I told his mate I would return them both home as soon as possible. But is that the safest option for them? Don't take them. They don't look like they taste good, so don't take any more of them. I'm glad she's grown up to be a doctor. Do you want me to hold on to them for now? Yeah. Sounds like I have another question for Scott. That can wait until tomorrow, though. Cecil slumps on the couch beside Lucy. Not a whole lot he can do right now except think about it. What'd that loud say? Lies aren't gonna cut it anymore. Anything Leyland and I tried to tell her just to please her, she'll see through. He admitted to most of the campus attacks. The brooch, however, he doesn't remember. He doesn't know how it ended up on his person. What about the murders? The first time he came to town was half a decade ago, when he was touring campus. At least that's what he told me. If you wanted someone to ask for his alibi, you could have just telegraphed. What really brought you out here again? 'Cause Leyland did something wrong, I'm sure of it. I thought that the brooch looked similar to the one I saw months ago in the guest room, but when I went back to look for it, it was gone. But that brooch must have just looked similar, right? My mother owned multiple similar-looking brooches, and this one has been with Scott the entire time, right? Damn it, Leyland. When I said catching the guy wouldn't be enough to give her closure, this isn't what I meant. I'll figure it out. It'll be alright. For now, though, it's time to eat. And after that's your bedtime. Food! Bedtime! Okay, with that, I'm gonna stop there. Yeah, thank you all so much for letting me play this again. I thought for sure Leyland was gonna be the bad guy, that he was going to cover up something he did wrong. But now I think maybe Nemo is right, that he could be creating something just to get her closure, so she could stop looking into this. Which kind of makes sense, but it's not really going to help. Why would he try to cover it up? Why Nemo is kind of like of the same mindset of like covering all of this up for her. I doubt Nemo's in on it. I think, you know, there's a good reason why he cares this much about Lucy, other than, you know, he like raised her. But the uncle doing that, I don't know. I'm very suspicious of the uncle. I am happy to see them all back together again. It just doesn't feel right that they caught the guy and it was Scott. And I know that he was the one doing the campus murders, but to like have that brooch and she recognized it, yeah, it was too much of a coincidence. And I'm glad that they're exploring that. I really like this game. I can't wait to play it again. And I definitely will next time. Make sure that you have the notification through just subscribing. It's free on YouTube. I know a lot of people are very subscription like shy, because it means you have to pay for something, especially on Twitch. But like on YouTube, it's always free, you know. So just follow me by subscribing. You will get the notification of when this story comes back on. Or if you want to dive into the story, you can download it for free on Ichigo and Steam, and support the developers who made this, because this is good. If you can't wait, get it yourself. This is such a good story. But until then, I'll see you next time, and I hope y'all take care. Bye bye.